Are we live? What's up, Hardware CrossFit? It's Coach Tommy. Welcome to my crib. I am here to lead you through the workout of the day. I only have one announcement today. Have you heard that Brian Doyle is the athlete of the month for March? He's right here. We're practicing a little bit of social distancing. It's, what time is it, like 2:30?
About 2:30, 2:15.
2:45. Brian's getting started early. He's got a glass of, what is that, Cabernet?
Cab, yeah.
All right, well, that's the only announcement I have for today. All other hardware events are canceled probably. No community WODs or anything like that. Let's talk about what we have going on today. So AJ, if you want to come up a little bit closer here, we talk about part one. So I'm going to lead y'all through a warm-up. We're going to go through some joint love for our ankles, knees, and hips to get us ready for some squats. And then we're going to have a couple rounds of hollow rocks, Supermans, sit-ups, and squats. And I'll walk you through all that in just a second. After that, we're going to do some strength work. We're either going to be doing split squats or a more advanced movement in pistols. And I have some really good variations for all of those things to either make them more challenging or less challenging depending on your limitations. And then we have a workout. This is a not for time thing. A lot of tempo work today, working on strength. But we'll have some seated external rotations, some leg, single leg glute bridges, and some Supermans and rollouts or slide outs. So let's walk through this warm up. First thing I want y'all to do is we're gonna do some ankle rotations, some knee rotations, and some hip rotations. So for the ankle rotations, let me move my towel out of the way here. I like to go barefoot because my gym shoes are covered in sand and AJ didn't want any sand in the house. Neither did I, but for the ankle rotations, all we're gonna do is you can either plant a foot in the ground here. It's a little easier if you have shoes on, and you're just gonna rotate your ankles, like 10 times in one direction, 10 times in the opposite direction. If you wanna lift your foot up, you can, and just rotate like that. So you're gonna do 10 rotations both directions for both feet. This should also help you get ready for that balancing you're gonna need to do for the split squats and or the pistols. After that, the knee rotations, couple options here. You gotta plant your hands on your knees or on your thighs here and just rotate your knees, yep. Do a little dance here, 10 in one direction, 10 in the opposite direction. Or we can continue balancing. I want you to lift your leg up to like a 90-degree angle with your thigh and your calf and point your toe at the ground and just rotate at the knee. Again, 10 in one direction, 10 in the opposite direction with both legs. After that, we got the hips. This is the fun one. We all like doing this in class, but now we're in the comfort of our own home. So we're gonna do that Magic Mike. Hip rotations here, legs wide. We're gonna go 10 in one direction and keeping that theme of 10 in the opposite direction. Yep, AJ likes it. She's smiling. She wants me to keep going, but we gotta keep moving on here. After that, we're gonna do 2 rounds of the following. We have 5 to 10 reps of hollow rocks. For the hollow rocks, what we wanna do for this is we wanna get into a hollow position with our arms over our heads. So I'm going to show you a couple reps and I'll talk about it. So we're going to do 5 to 10 reps there. What you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure that you stay in that hollow position, keeping the small of the back connected to the ground here. You want to make sure that you're not bending too much of the hip or throwing too much of the torso. So stay in that nice solid hollow position. After that, we're going to do 5 to 10 Supermans. Show you a couple reps there. So for those, give me like a 1 to 2 second pause at the top. Really make sure that you're engaging your core, squeezing the abs, squeeze those butt cheeks together, and keep those legs pressed together on that. Then we're going to do just some sit-ups. I don't have an ab mat here. If you want to, you can like fold up a blanket, or if you have a yoga mat, you could fold that up behind you to give you some support in the low back. But we're just gonna do 10 sit-ups. Once you've done 10 sit-ups, you're just gonna give me 10 beautiful air squats. On those air squats, don't get lazy on me. I want you to keep that shirt facing the wall in front of you and keep those knees tracking over the toes. So you're gonna do 2 rounds of that. 5 to 10 hollow rocks, 5 to 10 Supermans, 10 sit-ups, 10 squats. Get you nice and warmed up. Then we're gonna go over the strength. So for the strength, we have split squats or we have pistols. So it just depends on what you wanna do today. I got a couple pieces of equipment here for this purpose. I luckily have some dumbbells, but if you don't have dumbbells, no worries. You can use something like a big book. Some of you have equipment at home if you want to make this more challenging. You certainly don't need any weight for this at all. But if you're doing split squats or you're pretty proficient at pistols, you could add some sort of weighted implement to make it more challenging. But for the split squats, let's go over that real quick. So you're gonna have sort of a staggered stance here. One leg's gonna be way out in front. The idea here is to have a 4-second tempo down and then stand. We're trying to connect that back knee to the ground. I don't know if I'm going 4 seconds. Let's do one that's actually 4 seconds. So it's 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. Touch, stand. You're gonna do 1 to 10 reps, 5 sets of 1 to 10 reps on those. If you want to make it a little less challenging and to take a little pressure off of your ankle in the front, you can grab a book and elevate that front foot. And this will make it a little bit easier for you if you're dealing with some mobility issues or some restrictions with that front ankle. If you want to make it more challenging, slide that to the back, and then you're putting that back foot elevated, and that's actually going to make it a little bit harder. The next step from there to make it even more challenging is to put your foot up on a table or something elevated like a box and do it like that. Again, if you have dumbbells or something like that, you can incorporate those into the split squats. Woo! Or you can grab like a heavy book and hold it up here to make it more challenging. I don't think those need to be more challenging, especially if you're honoring the rep scheme and the tempo. So that's split squats. If you're doing pistols, again, it's a 4-second tempo on the way down. There's a lot of different variations that you can use for pistols. The first one is just put your feet together. All right, so touch those feet together and then give me a beautiful squat, hips below knees, trying to keep the chest up as much as possible. One way to do that, hold your hands up to keep your chest elevated. That would be the easiest variation for the pistol. After that, you can kind of plant that toe like we were doing for those ankle rotations earlier and keep that planted and use it as support. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, and then stand. And then just use that toe as needed for support. Another one that you can do is kind of wrap that foot around the ankle and use that to help you balance. That's another good variation. Another one is to go down to a box or an elevated platform. And you can either sit once you get down there and then rock up, or you can go down and give me a little touch and go. And then obviously, I know you're all gonna wanna see this, like RX pistol, so I'm gonna do one for you of 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4, maybe give your toe a little grab, and then stand up. So those are pistols, those are split squats, lots of different variations to attack any of those. The last thing that we have is the workout of the day. Not for time. There's a lot of pieces here. Let's go through it. So the first thing on there is seated external rotations. So you can either sit on a platform here, we got our coffee table, where you'll put your leg up on the table. You'll grab a weighted implement. I have dumbbells. If you don't have a dumbbell, You can use something like a book. It doesn't really matter. You could do it without weight. But the idea here is to start at the top, 90-degree angle here, and then you're gonna come down for 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, and up. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, and up. You're gonna do that for 45 seconds. You're gonna do right side, then left side. Then we have right leg, single leg glute bridges. So for these, you're just gonna lay down on your back, extend one leg out to be straight, and you're gonna lift your hips up and squeeze your glutes for 4 seconds at a time. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. That is a single leg glute bridge. You're gonna work on that for 45 seconds, both left side and right side. The last things we have is Supermans. So we did the Supermans in the warm up. We were doing 1 to 2 second holds. For this, you're trying to do it for 45 seconds. So you're gonna get down, get in that Superman position, and hold it for as long as you can. You don't have to hold it for 45 seconds straight, but you are gonna be working for 45 seconds. So really challenge yourself to hold that as long as possible. And last but not least, we have some rollouts or slide outs if you wanna come over here. So my last pieces of equipment here are a folded bath towel and a pair of socks. So we've all seen those ab rollers with the handles and the little wheel, 30-second abs or whatever. We're gonna pretty much create that same thing with a pair of socks and a towel. So the towel's here just to protect my knees because I have really sensitive, soft knees and I don't want to hurt them during this exercise. The socks are here to help you slide for that rollout. So the idea here is to squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs, keep a hollow position the whole time, and go out as far as you can, and then slide up. If that's too challenging to slide up like that, you can go out and then safely bring one hand up, the other hand up, then that hand, then that hand. So you're kind of stepping out of it with your hands 2 to 4 steps. So that's what we have for today. We got the warm-up, we got the strength, we got the workout of the day. Look at the show notes for the rounds, the reps. For the workout of the day, you're doing 45 seconds of work for every single movement. You're doing 15 seconds of rest for every single movement. For the external rotations, it's a 4-second tempo. And for the bridges, it's a 4-second pause. Have fun, comment in the notes, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, y'all. Thanks, Lucy.